So our final example of mending that I'm going to talk about today is this silk robe that it's made. It's a really nice East Asian inspired motif robe with these hand-worked silk frogs. It was likely worn at home as a dressing gown type object, and clearly it was well loved because it has quite a bit of wear. That is, you can see it on the sleeves, the cuffs that the silk is wearing away, but especially in the armpits. And the armpits are a place where a lot of wear tends to happen because of friction, and also your sweat and the heat of your body can cause deterioration. So a lot of the times when we're looking at mending, the first place we'll look is places like the armpits. And I picked this one because, sort of interestingly, one side has been mended more than the other, and I thought it'd be interesting to compare. On this side, sort of similar to the orange silk dress, there is examples of hand-stitched darning, so not on a machine, and also the use of a patch. This patch is underneath, like placed underneath and then stitched over top so that it doesn't really interrupt. Placing a patch over top when the fabric has a motif can interrupt the motif, so this one places it underneath. What I find interesting about this object is that even though it is a nicer, sort of, I guess, fancier article like the orange silk dress, it's also something that is worn in the privacy of the home. So the mending, though it is very well done, is a little bit less care was put into the aesthetic impact of the mending. So we can see the stitches, they're a bit larger. And actually, in some areas, the blue silk yarns have completely worn away, fully exposing the yellow. And the owner still chose to continue to wear and mend this article. So even though the wear was probably more evident, because it was worn in the home, they still kept wearing it because probably only the people that they were really close to would see it. So this side is the mended side. And then on this side, there is some mending, but it's actually almost completely worn through. You can see my gloves coming through the bottom where the blue is completely worn away. And so that is sort of, I don't know why, for what reason, this side is more mended than that side. But you can see perhaps what the original owner was trying to avoid when they were mending this side on the back. Like that. I also find the contrast of the blue and the yellow to be really beautiful, and just this mend is really, really beautiful. One thing that doesn't feature a lot in our collection because it's a little bit more of a contemporary use of mending is visible mending. Mending that, like using contrasting threads or contrasting patches, things like that. That's a lot more contemporary. Before, as in the orange silk dress, the owner didn't want the mending to be seen because it showed wear, it showed the age of the clothing. But now there's a movement towards embracing and appreciating the age of an object. And one way we can do that is to put care and attention into mending it. We don't have as many examples of that in the collection, but this artifact, even if it's not exactly visible mending, sort of shows how beautiful mending can be, I think. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Thanks so much for watching this far, and if you have any comments or memories, if you've ever mended something, or if you remember your parents or your grandparents mending, feel free to leave a comment or send us a message. I'd love to talk more about it. And if you want to see more examples of mending in our collection when we open up again, or if we're open, I'm not sure when this video is coming up, I curated a short little exhibition that has a couple more examples of mending in the Max collection. Thanks so much.